Hey guys, this weekend, Chris and I celebrated our sixth wedding anniversary. And I was looking through our wedding pictures and our wedding video. And, I've always said that I never had a picture of me at my heaviest because I just avoided taking pictures all the time. But I realized I actually do have pictures of me at my heaviest. It was in my wedding album this entire time. The heaviest one I thought I had was after I'd already started my health journey 2 months in. And at that point, I had already lost about 35 pounds. That's this picture right here. But stay with me, guys. We're going to see me at my true heaviest. And we're going to see just what keto and carnivore has done for me and my precious husband. Hey guys, my name is Susan, and if you are new here, welcome. You can catch up on my health journey by watching some of my other videos, which I'll have on the screen at the end of this one. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your subscription and coming back to watch some more videos. I hope you already know that you are my friend. A wedding is supposed to be one of the happiest days in a woman's life. And that day was a happy day for me, in terms of I was marrying Chris. But underneath it all, I was dreading that day. I was dreading walking down the aisle. I was dreading all the eyes being on me, standing in front of everybody. Brides are supposed to be the center of attention, and that is the last thing that I wanted. Sure, I wanted to be a beautiful bride for Chris, but, and I have to be honest here, guys, when I see these pictures of me, from my own point of view, Chris did not have a beautiful bride. It's hard for me to see these pictures of myself. To me, and this is going to be hard, but I feel like I was a hippo in a sheet coming down the aisle to him. And I often question in my own mind, why did he marry me? That must mean he must really, really love me. And I know that sounds really horrible for me to say, but that's my mental health and how I view myself. Okay. And it's why I only look at these pictures once a year when our anniversary rolls around. And it's also why I forgot that I even actually did have a picture of me at my heaviest. But let's look at these pictures now. We're not going to look at a whole bunch of pictures, guys. Don't worry. But I did pick out a couple of pictures for y'all to see. And the one here is Chris and I. We were at the steakhouse the night before the wedding. We were having the, I think you call it the rehearsal dinner, where everybody who's in the wedding is having rehearsal, and we're having that dinner afterwards. And then here is the picture of Chris and I at the altar. And here he's putting the ring on my finger, right? And it's supposed to be a beautiful moment, but I'm looking at that picture and I'm looking at myself. He looks fine to me. But me, I'm just like, I'm mortified, guys. Mortified. I had no business being that big. But here's the thing. We used the standard vows. We promised each other for better or worse, in sickness and in health. And boy, was I sick. I didn't realize I was sick. I knew I was fat. I didn't feel sick, but knowing now and looking at that picture, I can see the sickness all over me. Chris and I started our marriage in sickness. Kind of started on a bad foot in that regard. We started on a really bad foot there. But here is the beauty of keto and carnivore. Guys, before the wedding, even before I knew Chris, I had tried to lose weight about 3 times. Through the whole starvation mode where, you're only allowed to eat so many calories a day and don't eat any more than that. And, each time I tried, I would lose about 50 pounds. And before I'd just give up and eat and eat and eat. And, I would gain that 50 pounds back plus some. So actually what I was doing was I was doing the opposite of what I wanted to happen. I was not only gaining the weight back, but I was getting more weight. So I was getting bigger with each attempt. And so I thankfully found keto and carnivore in September of 2022 when I was diagnosed with diabetes the August before that, September. And it was no longer, well, let's give it a good old try again. No, it was do or die time there. And I'm so thankful I found keto carnivore. I have lost 100 pounds in the last year and a half. I reversed my diabetes, my fatty liver, my stage 1 kidney disease, and I'm no longer on high blood pressure medicine. If you have stuck with me so far, I've saved the best for last. Chris and I took a special picture this weekend for the sake of this video, and I'm going to put them by the next to the picture of me and him at that steakhouse before our wedding, and by the picture of us at the altar, and you can see what we look like at our at my heaviest. It wasn't Chris's heaviest. He actually gained more weight after the wedding, but you can still see that he's lost some weight, his weight too, and you can see the difference that keto and carnivore has made it on our physical appearance already. And we haven't even finished our journey. Of course, our journey will never be finished. This is a lifestyle for us. And so, here's what I plan. When I finally get down to my ideal weight, it doesn't matter if there's supposed to be, you're supposed to renew your vows at a certain year of marriage. It doesn't matter to me. I want to renew my vows with Chris, just so I can present to him a beautiful bride. Now, guys, I get it. If my picture was somebody else and I was viewing it, I would be like, girl, you was a beautiful bride already. I would be telling them that, and I would mean that. Okay. I would hate to hear somebody else feel that way about themselves. But here I am. And so I want to be able to have confidence in myself again. And I'm going to get that confidence. I am working on that. And I want to be able to give Chris the beautiful bride that he wants to be. And I know I'm going to get that one day. I'm going to be able to do that for him. But for now, I need to refocus. And what I mean by that is I have come to a point where, weight loss has been my last priority. And I want to kind of keep it there because our health is very important and weight loss is important as well. But if we're focused on weight loss, when you go through the stalls and everything, you get really discouraged. And I really wanted to focus on making sure my other health issues were getting improvement and let the weight come off as it comes off. But I'm a bit of an extremist, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing. And so in doing that, I've quit focusing on weight loss altogether. And I've not been losing weight over the past month. I'm still at the 100 pounds lost that I was able to actually update, I think about a month ago. So I think it's been about a month since I've even lost any kind of weight. And now I did measure myself last week, and I lost an inch around the bottom of my stomach, which is great. But looking at these wedding pictures, it's made me realize I need to refocus. And what I mean by that is I'm not eating crap food. I'm not eating standard American diet food, but you could take some healthy food and make them unhealthy. I like Butter Bites, and it's a way for me to increase my fat in my meals, which I'm trying to do for the sake of my HDL, which will be in the next video. So I won't say anything more about that right now. But, I'm realizing that I'm getting to a point where I'm like, I'll have a Butter Bite now. And then I'll have another Butter Bite here. And, you can have too much fat. And I'm just going to tighten up the belt, so to speak. I'm going to be a little bit more focused on making sure that I am losing weight and not going to stress about it, of course. But I am overweight still, and I have some weight to lose, and I want to get to that goal weight. So that's what I mean by refocusing. There are some foods that I would put in the category of not my food, which now cheese is going in there too. I mean, I'll have cheese sometimes, but I will not, think it's an okay food. I will be mindful of the amount that I am eating. And another one that's going to go in there is smoked sausages. They're not a clean meat to eat, but they're okay to eat occasionally. However, for me, when I eat hamburger patties, there's like a switch that turns on and says, hey, you've had enough. But when I eat smoked sausages, that's not the case. Before I know it, I can have ate way too much. It's like cheese, you can easily overeat that stuff. And for me, smoked sausages are the same. And I have a hard time stopping when it comes to that smoked sausage. So that's what I mean when I say, if you hear me say that food is not my food, that's what I'm talking about. I have a hard time saying, hey, I've had enough. And so it's things like that that I want to stop and just and get refocused. And that refocus starts now, not tomorrow. I don't need a, okay, well, I'm gonna just have my smoked sausage today. Nope. It starts now. And I'm gonna get re-centered. So seeing these pictures really helped spark that motivation back in me. And I'm so thrilled for that, guys. Well, my friends, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.